All of the survivors arrive at the entrance to the research center as Chris swipes the doctor's ID card at the terminal. The large doors open and the group quickly make their way outside towards the vehicles. Officer Rivers jumps into the second large truck and immediately starts up the engine. Captain Walker jumps in his blood-soaked truck and tries to start the engine, but it won't start. He continues to try and start the engine as Pennington and Lindsay Welby see some of the infected running quickly up the hill towards the facility. The survivors avoid the non-starting truck and pile into the second vehicle. Rivers yells to Captain Walker as he continues to try to start the truck.
Just leave it! The engine has had it!
Captain Walker frantically yells back to the others.
What if we crash one on the way? We might need this!
With all of the other friends loaded into truck number 2, Officer Rivers is forced to start driving as several infected zombies pour over the hill and engulf Captain Walker and his vehicle. The others look back at the facility as it shrinks in the distance.
We can't go back for him. I told him that engine was shot. He made his choice.
Baumberger and Pennington stare at Officer Rivers with frustration, but realize that there was nothing else they could do for Captain Walker. There were too many zombies to handle, especially given the limited amount of ammo that was left in their weapons. Harvey navigates the map as Rivers slides down the steep roads that lead to the airstrip. After 15 minutes on the mud-covered jungle roads, the truck drives over one final ridge and everyone sees a fenced-in area with a sign that says, Gascanaza Airport. Rivers floors the gas pedal and drives straight through the secured gates. The vehicle's windshield cracks, and Rivers swerves immediately as he almost crashes the truck into a set of large propane tanks, just past the airport entrance. He slams on the brakes, bringing the vehicle to a sliding halt. The friends look to the side and see a sizable airplane jet on the runway, but also notice a large tanker truck parked in the middle of the runway. Lindsay Welby, Captain Jeffries, Chris Herbert, Adam Ballman, and Xander exit out of the bed of the truck as Pennington, Baumberger, Officer Rivers, and Harvey exit the inside of the vehicle and start immediately running toward the airplane. Everyone can see a horde of walkers surrounding the extremely small airport and know they have to move quickly before any more uninvited guests show up. Officer Rivers starts to assign orders quickly so they can prepare the plane for their departure.
Chris and Xander, you two get over that small hangar and drive that movable staircase vehicle over here so we can get Jeffries into the cockpit. Harvey, take Adam, Matt, and Lindsay and clear that tanker truck off the runway or we're not going to be able to take off. Pennington can stay here with me and help protect Captain Jeffries.
The groups immediately depart for their tasks. It only takes moments before Xander and Chris Herbert make it to the staircase vehicle. About a minute later, they find a set of keys in the glove compartment. They start it up and drive quickly over to the airplane, trying their best to line up the staircase with the airplane hatch door. Captain Jeffries and Flight Attendant Pennington immediately make their way up the stairs of the vehicle and open the hatch to the plane. While making their way to the cockpit, they are quickly followed by Xander and Chris Herbert. The two men stay just outside of the entrance to stop any non-human from making it inside. Seconds later, Captain Jeffries makes it to the cockpit and begins to go over the pre-flight checks.
Okay, let's see what kind of shape she's in. Fuel reserves at 75%. Power reserves look good. I think she'll fly just fine.
Jeffries starts up the power to the airplane engines and prepares the rest of the systems. He briefly looks over to the second pilot position, wishing Fitzpatrick was there to back him up. Outside of the airplane near the tanker truck, Baumberger starts up his chainsaw as several zombie walkers approach him. Adam backs Matt up with his baseball bat and Lindsay with her machete as the three start to battle the zombies. Harvey watches as more of the walkers start rushing in through the broken gated fence that Rivers annihilated with his truck. Harvey aims his M16 rifle and fires his remaining shot into the crowd, killing several of them. He drops his empty gun and runs over to the driver's side of the large tanker truck. Harvey sees the front door open and a body in maintenance clothes lying on the ground next to it. Harvey jumps inside and briefly looks for the vehicle's keys, but cannot find any. He backs out of the vehicle and kicks the maintenance man briefly on the ground. There isn't any movement from the body. Harvey reaches down and quickly checks the pockets of the maintenance man and hears jingling from one of his button pockets. He unbuttons one of the pockets and begins to pull out the keys as the maintenance man's lifeless eyes flash open and it tries to latch on and bite him. Harvey's quick reflexes allow him to grab onto the zombie and slam him into the truck repeatedly. Harvey panics as he doesn't have a weapon to defend himself with. He takes his large fist and repeatedly punches the zombie in the face. After several blows to the mouth and head, the disoriented zombie falls to the ground as Harvey uses his size 14 shoot to smash the zombie's head into pieces. Harvey yells back to Adam, Matt, and Lindsay.
Get back to airplane! I've got the keys and I'll move this mother out of the way! I'll meet you there!
The three zombie killers peel off and sprint over to the staircase as Xander uses his last bullets in his pistol to cover the tanker truck team. Harvey starts the large tanker truck engine and glances at his hands, now showing small puncture wounds from punching the maintenance zombie's teeth. He looks at the airplane, and then to the entrance where a massive horde of infected are starting to pour through. Harvey stares at the approaching undead crowd.
Screw it.
He throws the truck into gear and slams the gas pedal down as the tanker truck quickly rolls towards the horde. Xander and Chris both watch Harvey drive the truck past the airplane towards the entrance. Chris Herbert yells to him,
Harvey, what the heck are you doing? We gotta go, man!
Harvey aims his truck for the propane tanks as he stares down the zombie horde.
This round's on me, guys. Yeah!
The tanker truck slams forcefully into the propane tanks as a single spark immediately ignites the gas and explodes, sending a violent flaming shockwave in a circular pattern, burning and killing almost everything within a 100-foot radius. The friends inside of the airplane watch only for a moment as the infected zombies on fire run in various directions in hysteria. Chris Herbert shuts and seals the door and yells to Captain Jeffries.
Everyone's on board, Captain. Get us out of here.
Stewardess Pennington moves to the front of the plane and takes the co-pilot chair with Captain Jeffries. Officer Rivers and the last of the Royal Palms Resort survivors, including Xander, Adam Bowman, Matt Baumberger, Chris Herbert, and Lindsay Welby, buckle their seatbelts in the first-class chairs as the airplane quickly gains speed and ascends into the air. The friends look at each other with complete exhaustion as they recall all of the events they had to face for survival. Captain Jeffries sets the navigational computer for the United States as the rest of the friends back in first class close their eyes, wondering if they'll ever truly heal from the hellish nightmare on Canoi Island.